Everyone, it's Raquel of Raquel's Caribbean Cuisine, and today's recipe is going to be pumpkin beef soup. Yes, Jamaican pumpkin soup. And Saturday is usually the day where you cook a hearty pot of soup. This was rich, flavorful, really delicious. Okay, so for this hearty pot of Saturday soup, here I have some beef bones, but feel free to use any meat of choice. Chicken and chicken feet is also a favorite. I also have here some diced pumpkin and carrots. I'm going to add this to the pot as well. Also in with some pimento seeds and garlic, which gives amazing flavor. Now I'm going to add enough water to cover over everything. Then I'm going to cover this and I'm going to allow this to cook for about 30 to 40 minutes or until the beef is nice and tender. 40 minutes later, the pumpkin has dissolved, giving this pot of soup that vibrant pumpkin soup color. The beef is nice and tender. Now it's time to add dumplings and provisions, because you can't really make a pot of soup without dumplings, right? And this is basically cornmeal flour and a tip of salt that I need forming dough balls. I'm going to add all of that in. Now in with your provisions. And I'm using some yam, some potatoes and sweet potatoes, but just use provision of choice, okay? Now also to this, I'm going to add some corn, which is very optional. I'm going to give this a nice stir. Then I'm going to season. I'm going to flavor this pot of soup nicely. I'm going to add some fresh scallion and thyme, a whole scotch bonnet pepper, and the famous Jamaican pumpkin soup mix, which gave the flavor of authentic Jamaican soup. You're going to give this a nice pepper stir. Now, here's where you're going to taste. You're going to add some salt if needed. Make any necessary adjustments. Just make sure this pot of soup is nice and flavorful. A bit of Maggi all-purpose seasoning go nicely as well. Just be mindful of the salt content, okay? Now, you're going to cover this down and you're going to allow this to cook for another 10 minutes. And that's it. Soup is ready. Nothing complicated about a hearty pot of Caribbean soup. This was thick, rich, flavorful. All you have to do now is just serve and enjoy. I want to thank you so very much for watching.